Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Kev's Movie Corner. I am Kev, and this week we are talking about 1962's Lawrence of Arabia. This movie is number 7 on our AFI Top 100 10th Anniversary Edition list. It has an 8.3 out of 10 on IMDb and 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. Snippet from a little synopsis from IMDb. The story of T.E. Lawrence, the English officer who successfully united and led the diverse, often warring Arab tribes during World War I in order to fight the Turks. It stars Peter O'Toole as Lawrence, Alec Guinness as Prince Faisal, Anthony Quinn, Jack Hawkins, and is directed by David Lean. First off, this is a long movie. I know I said that, I believe, last week about Ben-Hur, which went by pretty quick. This one's another half hour longer than that. It's almost it's almost 4 hours long. It's 3 hours and 42 minutes or something like that, I believe. Which is kind of a long movie. I ended up having to watch it in 2 sittings, which I don't normally do. I did the first chunk of it to the intermission, because it does have an intermission, just again like Ben-Hur had. I did the first chunk of it to the intermission yesterday, finished it up today. So the first chunk is about a little over 2 hours long. The second half is about another hour and a half, round about that. So it is quite a long movie. But I do think it's worth it. Lawrence plays a British officer. Starts out with him in Cairo. He takes up a job to go into the desert and work with the Arabs to try to fight the Turks during World War II, which is what I just said about from the synopsis. But he kind of takes on this role of almost seems to see himself, and others seem to see him after a while, as kind of a prophet. He ditches his military clothes and takes on the normal Arab dress and kind of becomes almost one of them. And then he eventually kind of goes mad in the whole scheme of things with everything that happens over the course of the movie. It's a very good story. It's not a big action movie. It's a very drama, very sad story. There's a lot of tragic events that happen to Lawrence and everybody throughout this film. There's not a lot of happy in general. It's considered an adventure drama. So it is pretty, if you're not into a kind of a sad movie, this might be a little too intense. There's not really any happiness. It's pretty much all downhill, all sad. But it is a good movie. This movie was actually, for a long time, one of the trivia things on here was that it was banned in many Arab countries for a long time because they didn't feel that it was it misrepresented the people. You of course in the 60s, they didn't hire Arab people to play all these, so it's a bunch of white British men that they put in makeup, which is, a different thing for a different time, but it's not the it's not the best thing nowadays, but it was a different time. So um it also um it's a trying to think of the best way to describe it. It's long. That's probably the best way to describe it. It's not, again, something for people that want a big action movie. It is like an epic adventure, but it's not. It's got a couple action sequences, a couple of wartime sequences, but nothing like crazy. It's not. I wouldn't even say it's not even close to as action filled as Ben-Hur was, the one that we watched last week. Um, it's much more of just kind of a slow moving drama that's more of a story film than anything. Um, but yeah, again, it's definitely a good watch. Um, I don't. You can watch it all in one sitting if you're able to. I know most people nowadays can't sit and watch a 4-hour movie at once. Um, I probably would have if I didn't have other things to do that kind of took up some more time, but that's neither here nor there. So I think, though, that is about all I have this week. Not a whole lot on this film. Um, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know that I will ever watch it again, though. So it wasn't good enough for me to go back and watch it again, but it's probably something that it's, of course, an epic. I remember actually hearing about this movie before anything else from the Billy Joel song. We Didn't Start the Fire, where he mentions a bunch of historical things that happen, and Lawrence of Arabia is in it. I believe Ben-Hur. He also mentions Ben-Hur in it somewhere. But yeah, just kind of one of those. It's on this list, I believe, because it is such a big such a big film from the time, and kind of the I don't know if you consider the 60s the golden age of Hollywood, but big times when they were doing a bunch of stuff like this. But yeah, I believe that's all I've got for you guys this week again. Next week we're going to watch The Searchers from 1956. So it's number 12 on our AFI list. If you want to watch that with me, check it out. And I will talk to you guys next Wednesday. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys then.